What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? If you're just coming into the channel, since it just started, my name is Matt. I also go by Rideshare PA. I hope everybody has had a great Friday. As of right now, it's Saturday morning, but I hope everybody had a good Friday night driving. I was supposed to go down to Philly this weekend again. Unfortunately, I had to work in my full-time job for like 5 or 6 hours Friday night. Um, so I am currently just driving around my area, Lancaster, York. Um, I just drove for about 2.5 hours in my area, made about $45, so it's not too bad. But I'm headed home. I'm going down. What's up, Dougie? I was actually just down there. I just picked somebody up at Telus 360 and took them to Millersville. So, yeah, I drove for about 3 hours. Actually, no, about two. Sorry, about 2 hours. I am gonna go home, get a couple hours of sleep, and then when I wake up, pack a small overnight bag and probably try to get down to Philly if I can tomorrow. Um, trying to, if I go home now, right now it's like 2 something. What's up, Trevor? What do you mean, where have I been? I cut back on doing YouTube videos a little bit. Um, I had stuff going on with family. Um, my mom was in the hospital for about 3 weeks, and just stuff in general. Yeah, I haven't been live streaming just because of family issues. I haven't been driving Uber as much because Uber has been dicking me around. So if anybody, please let me know if you have a Toyota Camry hybrid, or any hybrid for that matter. Here's the issue that I've been having with Uber, okay? I've had to go down to the hub 3 times now. Actually, no, sorry, 2 times. Both times I was actually going to go down to Philly and work. 2 weeks ago I worked, so I went down before I started. But my car is a 2013 Toyota Camry hybrid, okay? Uber's system, when you go to put a car in, it comes up Toyota Camry. But they don't have a classification for a hybrid. It just says Toyota Camry, flat out Toyota Camry, okay? My VIN is registered as a Toyota Camry hybrid. Same thing with my insurance. All that stuff says Toyota Camry hybrid. So, all of last year I was completely fine. I drove 9.5 months with this car on Uber, showing up as a Toyota Camry hybrid. It was fine. My registration insurance runs out the end of February 28th. It runs out. So 3 weeks ago, I got all my paperwork, I put it in, and I went to go to drive, and it denied both of them. It denied both the documents, saying that the make and the model doesn't match. So after about 9 or 10 calls to support, they said there was nothing that they could do because it didn't match. They had to send it to escalations. Escalations every time, sent it back, denied it. Finally, I went to the Uber Hub 2 weeks ago on a Thursday. They fixed it, no problem, okay? They went in, they took care of it, they saw that it matched, everything was good. I drove that whole weekend for 4 days, was completely fine. Came back home 3 days later, they canceled it again. They went through it, like the robot or the algorithm or whatever it was went through, saw that supposedly it didn't match because in the system it comes up as Toyota Camry, but my stuff says hybrid. So it supposedly it doesn't match. So they wiped it off. It didn't work. This Thursday, I got off work at 7 in the morning. I had a family member drive me down to Philly so that way I could sleep on the way there and the way back. So I had my dad drive me down. I was in there for about 30 minutes. They fixed it. However, they said it's probably going to end up happening again because their system is stupid and doesn't recognize this stuff. So if anybody has a hybrid, please let me know if you're having these same issues in your city, state, whatever, because I've had to do this twice now. I've had to drive down to the hub and get them to fix it. I'll probably have to have them do it a third or fourth time. So, but with that being said, that's why I haven't really been on that much. I've been trying to catch up on sleep. I've been working a lot of overtime at my regular job. I've tried to drive more and focus more on that stuff. So that's why I haven't really been doing a lot of live streams. You got a 1 star because you terminated a trip, too many drivers. Cerulio, call the help desk and they can probably fix that for you. Just tell them why you canceled the ride. It's not a big deal. That's why what I would recommend is do not start the ride until everybody is in your car and has their seatbelt on. Then you start the ride, because as long as you don't start that ride, I'm pretty sure they can't rate you. But I would call the help desk, call support, and just tell them what happened, and they could probably wipe that off there for you. They should be able to anyway. But I don't know. I don't really trust support anymore, because every time I try to call them, it's a pain in the ass to take care of anything. Yeah, my family's good now. Like I said, my mom was in the hospital for 3 weeks. She's doing a lot better. So I've just been trying to take care of her stuff while she was there and take care of my own family stuff and everything like that. So with all that stuff, I've just been focusing more on things I need to. I do like doing YouTube stuff, but that is a back burner. My kids always come first. My full-time job and my kids come first, and then after that, when I have time to do Uber and Lyft, I do Uber and Lyft. And then once I get that stuff out of the way, then I take care of YouTube. I do plan on doing a couple videos that will relate more for Uber. I want to do a series, or more kind of like episodes of like a day in the life of an Uber driver. So like days when I go out, like today I went out for 2 or 3 hours. What I plan on doing is using my dash cam footage, compiling that all together, and then just making like a 10 to 15 minute video in the day of a life of an Uber driver. And then when I go down to Philly, I'll do the same thing with those, kind of just like showing highlights, fast forwarding through my day, things like that, and bringing that to you guys. I do want to get more actually into editing videos and also things of that nature. In December, I bought a tablet, a Samsung tablet, just because editing videos on my phone, it's not hard. It's just more of a pain in the butt because everything's so small. So with this, I'll be able to actually upload my footage onto a tablet, and be able to use that to do it a little bit easier and just bring better content to the channel. Like I said, guys, I know it's been a while since I've actually gone live. I appreciate all of the support that everybody has given me with all my videos. I try to keep bringing you guys fresh stuff. It's kind of hard, though, with a lot of us doing the same type of things. I know for a fact, like, I still keep in touch with Hassan Is Driving. I still talk to Rich from Real Rideshare Stories. Whenever I see Donnie, I think Donnie was actually in the channel earlier. So thank you for coming in, Donnie. I still talk to, what's his name from Vegas? I can't think of his name. But yeah, I still talk to the same people in the same channels and everything throughout Rideshare, and all the videos and everything, and they're all doing a great job. But to see you, Donnie, take care. But I don't want to bring the same content that everybody else is bringing in their channel. Like I said before, this year is kind of a year of me finding myself, me getting back into a happier place as far as work and doing things that I love to do. I love to go hiking and camping and nature stuff. So once the summer comes and spring hits and I'll be able to go out and do camping things and stuff like that, I might bring some videos like that. Camping, setting up a tent. Um, I want to try to be able to start fires with like fire steel and a striker. So that would be cool to be able to like do stuff like that, and bring that to the channel and show people how to do that stuff. Um, Tent wise, I used to use a regular tent, but I actually want to get into like maybe like lightweight hiking, packing a lightweight bag and going out on a weekend overnight or 2 day trips, things like that. So that would be cool to be able to bring stuff like that to the channel. I'm fortunate that I live in Pennsylvania, so there's lots of trails. Um, I live maybe like an hour away from the Appalachian Trail. There's lots of campsites around here and things like that. Those are the things I really, really like to do. Um, but yeah, so as for right now, I just want to end up just trying to figure out the direction of the channel. But I want to start doing a couple series, like I said, of collecting video and then coming out with like 10-minute videos, maybe 20, depending on how much footage I have. Of, like I said, a day in the life of an Uber driver, or the normal, like the first one's probably going to be a normal day in the life of an Uber driver, because we all say, like, everyone sees these crazy videos. My video that happened, being held up at gunpoint, people getting spit on, hit, all that stuff, and those are the crazy videos. But the nature of the beast is really that most of these videos and most of our days are literally driving a person from point A to point B. That's not anything crazy. Um, I always start out my day when I pick somebody up. I say, "Hi, my name's Matt," or "Hi, what's your name?" They tell me their name. I say, "Hi, I'm Matt. How was your day? How was your night? How was your weekend?" They tell me how whatever that was, and then we either get into a conversation or we don't. But at the end of the day, most of the time you're literally driving somebody from point A to point B, and I'd say probably about 60 or 70% of the time you're not even talking to that person most of the trip, um, unless you're able to strike up a common interest. Um, and that's just how it is. So most people, especially these days, have their head stuck down their phone and they don't want to conversate with you. And you know what? That's fine with me, because I'm here to perform a job. I'm here to drive you from point A to point B. I'm here to be your chaperone for the 5, 10, 20 minute drive it takes me to get you from the bar home or wherever. Um, Actually, I got to hold on one second while I remember this, because it stinks in here. Um, I just had somebody in my car that seriously smelled like a weed factory. So I would recommend too. If anybody's wondering, I've said this before, Ozium, this stuff works really, really well at getting out. Um, if you have somebody that smells really bad, like alcohol or like weed, it really helps. It's so much better than Febreze at getting that stench out. So, but how's everybody else doing today? I don't know if there's anybody even in the channel right now. I see 0, but let me go back through here. Rideshare Dougie, I hope you are having fun, and you're in Lancaster too, I would assume, because you said driving down Prince Street. I hope if you're still in here, I hope you have a great one too. But like I said, guys, I'm gonna start bringing more stuff to the channel. It's just hard to do that sometimes, and to fit this into everything else. Like I said, I have technically right now, if you consider Randy Lee, yes and no, Lancaster City is not Amish. If you look at a map, if you wanted to do this now while you're talking to me on here or not, if you look at a map, Lancaster City is not Amish. Lancaster has 2 colleges, Millersville and Franklin and Marshall. Those are really big colleges. There's lots of college kids that go out and drink. Lancaster is also very, very touristy due to Hershey Park being like 40 minutes away in Hershey. But the east side of Lancaster, which is about 20 to 30 minutes outside of actual Lancaster City, That is all farmland, okay? That is, again, that's going towards Philly. So that side of the county is all farmland. Um, so south, southeast, east, that's all farmland. That's where the Amish live. So yes, Lancaster is very touristy because of Amish country, but the whole thing is not Amish people. So to answer your question, yes and no. It is Amish country, but it's not. Fridays and Saturdays up here, depending on how late you stay out and how much you drive, you can easily make $300 to $400 in a weekend doing Friday, Saturday night. It all depends on what's going on and how late you stay out. Usually, on average, Fridays I can make between 100 to 150, and on Saturday nights you can easily do between 150 and 200. But again, it all depends on the events. It all depends on the weather. Right now, it is getting colder out, so more people do drive. No, actually, that's not true. Yes, I've had a couple. Crybaby. Randy Lee, where do you drive? That's the reason why I like going to Philly, people. I keep saying this enough. If you live close to a bigger city, it makes sense going there. I wouldn't drive any more than an hour and a half to 2 hours. Okay, so you live in a big city. Lancaster is good. In a weekend up here, I can usually do around 300, okay? That's working 8 to 10 hours Friday, 8 to 10 hours Saturday night. Now, if I go down to Philly, okay, over the summer, I'm counting the summer months because those are when I made the big amounts. Um, that's what I could do up here, right around 300. But if I go down to Philly, I can spend $200 on a hotel for Friday and Saturday. Okay, I'll go down there Friday morning, and I'll drive all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then Sunday, and I can easily clear $900 to $1,000 in 3 days. So I can go down there, and for the same amount of time Friday and Saturday, and then working an extra 8 or 10 hours on Sunday, I can do 3 to 4 times the amount of what I would make up here. So it makes much more sense for me to invest 20% of my income to make more. 16 hours a day. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do that. I used to do that all the time. If I go down to, if when I go down to, no, I don't sleep in my car. I can't sleep in my car. I can get hotels pretty cheap though. I've been able to find them at around $50 a night. I don't like going over more than that, but I don't want to sleep in my car in Philly. There's not a lot of places that you can really pull over and sleep in your car to begin with. My windows aren't tinted, so I don't want to take that risk. But at the same time, I want to have a hotel. Um, I like to have a bed. I like to have somewhere to sleep. Sometimes over the summer, I'll go down with a friend if a friend wants to go down, and enjoy Philadelphia. Um, I'll bring them down with me, and we'll split the hotel costs. I'll drive some parts of the day, and then I'll take them out or whatever. Um, but at the same time, I'm down there to drive. So when I go down there and I hustle. Um, and yes, when I go down there, I usually end up doing 12 to 16 hour days Friday and Saturday, and then another 8 or 10 on Sunday. So that's just what it is, guys. I hustle when I go down there. When I'm up here at home, I try to hustle as much as I can, but I'm not on a grind because at the end of the day, how's it going, Omar? Um, at the end of the day, I just want to do that. But like I was saying before, guys, um, YouTube, I want to try to make it bigger. I want to try to do more. Um, I'm going to start using, like I said, I'm going to start using my dash cam footage more. Doing like videos the day in the life of an Uber driver. Um, and make it more of like a series and stuff like that. Do stuff like that. Whenever I go out on hikes and stuff, get footage with my camera. And just do more with the channel. But it's not my biggest priority right now. Um, Like I said, I have a 40-hour week job. No comment, crybaby. Um, so lately, like I said, I consider myself having 3 or 4 jobs. I mean, I have to file my taxes for it. So, like when I did my taxes, I did my taxes by myself. I did it TurboTax. I claimed my job. I claimed Uber and Lyft as a job. I claimed YouTube as a job. So I have no idea who that guy is, buddy. Omar. I don't know who Sith Lord is. So, how have you been, crybaby? How's life going? I know last time I talked to you. So, my 2020 so far has been going pretty good compared to last year. Like I said, I'm trying to drive as much as I can. The whole Uber thing has been pissing me off, though. I've had to go down to Philly twice in the past month just to get the whole registration thing for my car fixed. I don't understand why it keeps happening. I drove last year for 9 months on it with the same registration, but when I renewed it, they keep saying it's a hybrid, and my car says Camry, and they keep denying it. It's just a glitch with Uber. They don't recognize the subclasses. Like Toyota Camry has the S, the L, the EX, like whatever. Those are all Camrys. It's the model of the Camry or whatever. For some reason, they don't recognize hybrids as a model, and it flags it and makes it inactive. So probably 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna have to go back down when all my stuff at the end of the month um, is not valid anymore. Even though I have the new paperwork, I'm probably have to gonna go back down to Philly and get them to put all the new stuff back in and fix it for me to be able to keep driving. I watched your Randy Lee. I made 67,000, drove 50K miles, spent 4 to 5 grand in gas, saved 8K for taxes. I hope it's not over that amount. Randy, I think you should be fine. I don't know again what else you do besides that, but like so altogether last year I did roughly $18,000 for Uber and Lyft. I saved nothing. I saved nothing for my taxes. Okay, um, because the 54 cents per mile that I usually get every year takes care of that. Um, I drove 15,000 miles and got for the 15,000 miles I drove, I think I got almost 10,000 back. So that took money that I would have had to pay in for taxes back. So like you said, Randy, you drove 50,000 miles, but out of that 50,000 miles that you drove, if that was all Uber, you would take that and times it by 54 cents per mile. So that would be like $25,000 that you would get deducted off of that, if that makes sense, roughly, because it's half, almost half of 50 would be 54 cents, half of a dollar. So yeah, you'd be get like $25,000 back for your taxes because your 54 cents per mile is what you get. So if you haven't done your taxes yet, I suggest you get them done. But I did mine with TurboTax, and um, I did buy things a little bit to get extra money. Like I got so at the end of the year, I made I'm not gonna say exactly what I made with YouTube. I made a decent amount. It wasn't as much as all these other guys, but I did make a decent amount of money doing YouTube. And with what I made, I decided to take like half of that and invest it in a tablet. so that way I have something to be able to do videos with, create videos better than just my phone is a regular size phone. It's an LG Stylo 5. It's the size of it's a decent size. It's the size of like a Samsung S10 or whatever. But as anybody can tell you, when you're creating videos and stuff like that, I need something bigger that I can. It's easier to work with. So I decided, since it was tax season coming up and I can write stuff off, um, I spent like $1,200 on a decent tablet. And when I did my taxes, since I do YouTube and that's a Class C thing, I can write off the tablet as a business expense. So that's what I did, thankfully. Just like if you drive for Uber and Lyft, you can count all of your maintenance as a business expense. You can count oil changes, lube jobs, tires, regular maintenance, and all that stuff. You can count all that as a taxable expense. Um, so that's what I decided to do. Next year, depending on how the videos goes and how the YouTube channel is doing, when the summertime hits and I start doing camping and stuff like that more, or hiking trails, and I want to try and find a bunch of hiking trails and just take videos and stuff of that too, and do things like that. I'll probably be getting a GoPro, and I'll use that next year as a tax write-off for next year. All the stuff that goes with it, any of the straps, and stuff like that. That's my plan, Randy. Um, so hopefully, and like I said, guys, too, like in the future, I know Roy remembers this. I did a couple giveaways. I would still like to do giveaways for maybe like dash cams or merchandise or um, anything like that. I'll think of some other things in the future. Um, I want to start making some stuff. So the Hypercar, Uber, and Lyft. I don't know what that is. Um, but yeah, so that's what I want to do, and it's going to be awesome. But you have to invest in it. So one thing I would say to you guys that I really want to do is, and that makes it possible, is when the channel was more popular and I had more people coming into all the live streams and stuff, um, I was doing giveaways like crazy. I think we did like 3. And once I hit 10,000 subscribers, I feel that's about double what I have now. I'd like to do another dash cam giveaway. But I need to have the income to do that. I did say before, anybody that subscribes to the channel, and anybody that wants to, has the ability to use super chats to help donate to the channel. Any of those donations, when people donate to the channel, I do set those aside and put them in a separate account. And then once it hits a certain amount, I'll do more giveaways. But I have to be able to have the funds in my account to do that. Just so everybody knows, the dash cam giveaway that I did, the very first giveaway that I did, was awesome. I love doing that. The dash cam itself, the reason why I gave it away is because I got a brand new one. So I had about 6 or 7 months with that dash cam. It worked great. I gave it to a guy. I think the guy lived in Georgia, but it cost me $25. It was either $25 or $30 to ship it, because, or no, what was it? $20 to ship it. Now if I end up buying one, I would do it on Amazon, but that's still $120 out of my pocket. So, right now, it's just not feasible for me to do that. So once, like I said, once the YouTube channel takes off more again, and I start coming out with some more videos that are more entertaining and people like watching, and I get more views and things like that, then I'll do more giveaways. So that's just how it goes. I'm right now trying to figure out what people like, what people want to watch. Like I said, I want to do some trail videos. I live near a bunch of trails. I want to do some more camping. I want to do camping and stuff, but right now I can't do that. It's so cold outside. that I'm not going to risk my health. I was already sick. Last 2 weeks ago when I was in Philly, I was down there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and literally the whole weekend I was driving people around, and halfway through the trip I would turn my app off because I had to go to the bathroom. So I would literally drop them off, find the closest bathroom, and go to the bathroom. And it was like every other trip. I dropped 2, 3 people off, I have to run to the bathroom. I drop a couple more people off, I'd have to run to the bathroom. The one point I ended up pulling over right after I dropped somebody off. I pulled over and threw up on the side of the road. The only reason why I didn't stop and go home was because I paid for a hotel that weekend. I already was out money, and it really wasn't that bad. It was just more of an inconvenience to be able to have to turn my app off all the time because I felt sick. Um, but I like Philadelphia. I like the city. I like the people. I know the city from being down there and driving. I'd say 7 or 8 weekends down there now. Actually, let me think. Yeah, probably about 6 to 8 times I was down there driving on the weekends over the summer and the past couple months. Um, I know my way around. I know where I'm going. I know the different cities: uptown, midtown, downtown, near the financial area, near Eagle Stadium. Broad Street goes the whole way up. Fishtown, University City, Georgetown, um, Pat's, Geno's. I know where all those are now. Um, I know my way around enough to get by, and I like it. The people are really nice. You can literally drive down there anytime, day or night, and it's always busy. Usually when I'm down there, I'll drive all day and all night. I'll go back to my hotel, sleep for 5 or 6 hours to reset my stuff, and I'll literally drive 12, 14, 16 hours at a time, go back, sleep, do it all again. Um, and I love doing that. But I don't want to wear myself out. Last summer I did do that for a while. I literally was down there, I think 6 weekends, every other weekend. I would do go Friday, Saturday, Sunday down there. I have my regular job during the week. The following weekend I would have my kids, have my regular job during the week, and then the following weekend I would go back down there. So every other weekend for 3 months I was down in Philly, and it was great. I loved it, but at the end of the day, I wore myself out too much, and I got to a point where I stopped driving. Period. Like up there, down here, everywhere, for like almost 2 months straight. From I think, let me think quick. From the end of September almost until Thanksgiving, or was it Halloween? Halloween. Yeah, Thanksgiving. Because Thanksgiving I went back down there. I drove a little bit, but not as much as I used to. So it was literally for like 2.5, 3 months I didn't drive at all, except for Halloween weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, and I just got to a point where I hated driving. And I don't hate doing Uber and Lyft. I like doing it when I can fit it into my schedule. But do want to focus on other things. I want to focus on friends, family, and having fun, getting back to just a normal person. You know what I mean? Just having fun and finding things to do. And not working as much as I have been. Even though I still need to work hard, um, I'm finding other ways to do it. So, but with that being said, guys, I hope everybody has a good weekend. If anybody has any questions, real quick, I'll stay live for another couple minutes just to answer them while I'm talking. But I'm going to get going because I want to, like I said, I'm going to go home. I'm going to sleep. And then when I get up in the morning, I'm either going to drive around my area all day long and see what I can do up here, because I don't drive up here during the day because it's usually not busy. So I'll probably drive up here for maybe an hour, and if it's not busy, I'll drive to Philly. But with that being said, I hope everybody has a good weekend. I hope everybody stays safe, stays out of trouble, um, and take care, guys. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope everybody has a good one. Matt out.